This is Jordan Smith with the Elevate Ogden podcast, where Ogden's influencers and business owners share the best kept secrets about our city. It's 6 questions in 8 minutes and 44 seconds because every zip code in Ogden starts with 844. So let's get right to it. In a few sentences, tell me who you are and what you do.
Hey everybody, Brad Mortensen here. I'm the president at Weber State University.
Go Wildcats. He's the 13th president, and he's actually initiated a really cool thing this year. It's called Louder and Prouder. You want to take just a minute, tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I've heard for a long time. I've been at Weber State for 16 years, just new to the president's role for a year now, and people always say, "Oh, Weber State is the best kept secret," but I don't want to be the best kept secret. I just want people to say Weber State's the best. And so we're doing this Louder and Prouder tour to try to get out the good news about all the good things that Weber State is doing in our community, and encouraging alumni, students, faculty, staff, everyone to participate with us.
Yeah, it's really nice. If you look on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Insta, a lot of the Weber State alumni, students, faculty, staff, like you said, they're tagging things with that hashtag Louder and Prouder. Remember when I went to Weber, people would be like, where do you go? And a lot of friends would say, just Weber. That was something that always got to me, but it actually became a really good thing because you'd say, yeah, it's just Weber. It's just amazing faculty, amazing staff, small class sizes. And I love it. So it went from being kind of like a bad thing, oh, just Weber, where are you going to school, to actually this really funny thing between all the students, staff, faculty. So
if you change this to 8 hours and 44 minutes, then I could start bragging about all the good things that are happening, Jordan.
oh
So,
yeah, that's exactly right. There's so much good to say, and a lot of the things that I think have gone well in my life I can directly trace back to Weber State. So what's the best kept secret about living in Ogden other than Weber State nestled up there in the foothills?
I just think that Ogden has a really cool vibe, whether it's, what's happening downtown on 25th Street, whether you're able to access the outdoor recreational opportunities that are right in our backyard, better access, I think, than any place else on the Wasatch Front. That Ogden has a lot of excitement and a cool energy happening all across town, and everybody kind of comes together in town from a bunch of diverse backgrounds and industry perspectives, and really have a lot of Ogden pride. And so I think just being part of the community and participating in as many things that we have going on here is a great secret, if you will, or a great advantage to being in Ogden.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like there's this big tie between the city and the university, and it's maybe something that past presidents have pushed and you've continued as well. You have the Weber State downtown. I remember years ago when Damian Lillard was drafted, they had the whole watch party down there at the junction, and there just seems to be this huge spirit between, whether it's the pep rallies, whether it's the parades in Ogden, the university and the city are kind of like one.
Yeah, and I was talking to someone the other day, and they were kind of new to the area, and they commented how uh, people in the community in Ogden are really loyal to Weber State. And that was a bit of a shock to them, I guess, from wherever they were at before, that there maybe wasn't that close connection between the university and the community. But the truth of the matter is, Weber State wouldn't be here if it weren't for the people of Ogden, way back mortgaging their homes to be able to pay for some of the early buildings on campus, or passing a statewide initiative to overturn a bill that the governor had sponsored with the legislature to try to cut funding for the school. So we're here because of the community, and we try to make sure that we connect back and play a strong part of it.
Absolutely. So I hear from residents, though, that real estate prices in Ogden are skyrocketing. Tell me your thoughts about this.
Yeah, I think it's part of this phenomenon that we're seeing with all the job growth across the Wasatch Front, and especially here in northern Utah. There's so many great things happening around Hill Air Force Base and with the aerospace and manufacturing community here, that we have a lot of not just natural growth in our population, but people coming in to fill those jobs. And that, supply and demand is a pretty simple principle, and
Right.
that's inflation in our real estate markets.
I think a lot of this stems too from the university really putting out some great job opportunities. So from the tech sector with computer science, and the the health center has actually expanded, and it's included, a
Yeah.
few more degrees and whatnot, and that's kind of created even more jobs and maybe more demand to be here in Ogden.
Yeah, our graduates have the highest starting salaries of any school of any of the public schools in the state anyway, and that's because they're really aligned towards workforce needs. We have the fastest growing engineering and computer science programs in the state, and I do think you're right, Jordan. There's just a direct connection there between the educational things that are happening at the university, and we try to partner with the tech college, with Ogden Weber Tech College too, to make sure that we're meeting a diverse range of.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great point you've made, and Weber's kind of at the center of all of this, which is amazing for everyone to see, myself included. What other local influencers and business owners like yourself should be on the Elevate Ogden podcast?
Oh yeah, that's a
Got
great
a long
question.
list of them.
I wanted to ask that. Yeah, there's so many folks. I just came from a Chamber of Commerce Legislative Affairs Committee meeting this morning with the legislature happening. We have a really strong group that comes out from our community, from the superintendents, Rich Nye with Ogden School District and Jeff Stevens with Weber School District are there, and they participate with that, as well as our partner at Ogden Weber Tech College, Jim Taggart. So I have to give a shout out to my educational brain trust partners there. But we're just fortunate to live in a really integrated community where business and other folks come together. I think if you haven't, Sarah Tolliver would have lots of good insights on what's happening with Visit Ogden and the whole recreation scene here. And then, another one I might suggest would be, there's some pretty innovative things happening in our community around the GBSD project, the Ground-Based Strategic Deterrent. And maybe someone like Colonel Bartolome, Jason Bartolome from Hill Air Force Base would be a really interesting person to, he's an MIT grad, but he's kind of a humble, low-key guy, but he's overseeing this giga project that's going to bring billions of dollars to northern Utah for the development of this new missile system for the Air Force.
Wow, those all seem like excellent solutions, because Ogden's certainly trending in the right direction, and love to hear about some of the development and then opportunities to come and check out the outdoor scene, which I absolutely
Yeah.
love. And that's another 8 hour and 44-minute episode about
Right.
Ogden's outdoor scene. What piece of advice would you give for somebody looking to live in Ogden?
I think, and I see this with new people that we have coming to Weber State. We've just had some people come in from out of town who have relocated here, and as they've gotten involved in the community and participate in some of the events, we enjoyed, my family and I really enjoyed the Ogden Musical Theater production at Peary's Egyptian Theater just a week before last, and amazing talent on the stage there. The restaurants, our local restaurants on 25th Street and the Junction, are just a lot of fun, and other events on 25th Street that happen throughout the year, Farmers Market or the Harvest Moon Festival and other things are great. The Outdoor Ogden concert series. And then we do a lot of cool events at the university too. We have an art exhibit happening right now in the Kimball Visual Arts Center that really is just blows you away. So the Nine Rails District downtown, I could go on and on, but
Yeah, there's
there's so many
world-class talent all around us.
right. And then just getting out in the mountains, no matter what the season is. I love getting on the trails, and we have great ski resorts here that are right in our backyard, and all kinds of other summer recreational opportunities with water sports, and so
You
it's
kind of
super.
hit a little bit on that 25th Street area. Do you have a favorite place to eat in Ogden?
Oh man, there's so many good ones. I don't want to offend anyone that I don't say, but honestly, our go-tos for our family are usually Roosters or Sonora Grill.
Both really, really good food. So, okay, well, awesome. Thank you so much for being on. What's the best place for people to find you?
So I'm on Twitter probably the most, and it's at Brad L. Mortensen with a Tensen. You can keep track of me on there, message me, connect with me that way. But if you want to just overview about Weber State, all of the social media channels, we're on there as well. And then Weber.edu takes you to our Weber State homepage, and you can find out all about our academic program, activities, sporting events, art shows. It's all right there on the homepage.
Nice. Thank you again so much for being on. This is Jordan Smith with the Elevate Ogden podcast, where Ogden's influencers and big business owners share the best kept secrets about Ogden. It's 6 questions in 8 minutes and 44 seconds because every zip code in Ogden starts with 844, or it could even be 8 hours and 44 minutes like Brad and I discussed. So thank you so much again.
Thanks, Jordan.